Do you feel like no matter what you attempt to do, whatever you endeavor to do, it doesn't work? Do you feel like you're stuck on the struggle bus for your entire life? Are you 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old and feel like my life isn't working? I'm terrible at this life stuff. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you something that you've not seen, probably because it's been too close to you. In the book of Genesis, chapter 12, we get introduced to a main character. And it says, we're actually introduced to him in Genesis chapter 11, I think. But this is where his journey begins. And it says in Genesis chapter 12, verse 1, "Now the Lord had said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee." Now, if we just stop right there, that's a whole day's worth of talking right there. Just get out of the land, out of your country, away from your family, away from your kinfolk, out of your father's house, and go to a land that I will show you. "And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and I will make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed. So Abram departed as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old." Abram was 75, and it wasn't too late. Some of y'all, "Oh man, my life is almost over. I'm 60. What am I going to do? My life isn't working. Oh, I'm 65. America made up that whole thing. You're old when you're 65. I'm 62. I'm 62 years of age, but I ain't 62 years old. You can be old if you want to at 35. No, yeah, I'm so old. Oh, my bones hurt. I'm so old. Well, stop it. We bought into this idea that as we age, we have to get weaker and sicker and less able to learn and less capable of doing. And well, I'm too old to learn this, and I'm too old to try that, and I'm too old. I can't teach an old dog new trick. Well, maybe that's true, but you ain't a dog. The reality is it's never too late. Here's what the scripture says: "Unto him that is joined to all living, there is hope." And so if you got breath in your lungs and you got vitality in your body, it's clearly not too late. If God thought you was done, he'd have taken you out of here. "I'm too old. But you don't understand. This runs in my family." Well, don't let it run up on you. Run it out of your family. We act like we're prisoners of circumstance. We act like we're victims of the way things are. And in reality, we're the victims of the way we are. Let's challenge ourselves to become more, to do more, to impact the world more. That's why we're here. God told the first man, he said, "Be fruitful." What does that mean? Produce on the outside based on what I put on the inside of you. Why? Because a fruit is a living organism whose seed is in itself. When God said be fruitful, he said, I put an aspect of my creativity inside of you as a seed. Make sure it shows up outside of you and around you so that it benefits somebody other than just you. And we go through life with all these excuses, and then we hear ourselves make the excuses, and we hear other people make the excuses, and then we buy into the lie that the excuses are reasons. The only person who's pretending to think the excuses are reasons are the people who are making them. Everybody else knows it's just an excuse. Let's step up and act like we're made in the image of a great God, and let's step out there and decide we're going to do some great things. God comes to this man named Abram. Everything in the story is so powerful and so important. His name is Abram. He's 75 years old. The name Abram means high or exalted father. He has no children. He's 75. Now, I don't know exactly what 75-year-olds spend their weekends doing, but it probably ain't painting a nursery for the coming baby. His wife is 65 years old. And I believe that Abram's name was the source of his shame and the source of his pain. because he's the high father who couldn't have any children. And so you talk about imposter syndrome. Talk about having a reputation for something you are not. Every time somebody called his name, it reminded him of his inability to produce. And God said, because you're in this land, a land of idolatry, because you're in this land of idolatry, and you're in this land where you've had 75 years for people to get to know your identity. Time to go. It's time for you to leave the land where people know you for who you were so you can become who I know I made you to be. And see, some of y'all are stuck like Chuck in a pickup truck in the identity of what other people have told you your whole life you're not. Can I get a witness? You ain't smart enough. You ain't tall enough. You're not pretty enough. You can't sing good enough. You can't dance good enough. You're not athletic enough. I don't even know why somebody like you even tries. And we've heard it so many times that we've begun to own the identity as if it's our identity. But God never told us what we aren't. He only told us what we are. And so if you're focused on what you aren't, you're listening to the wrong voices. Can I get a witness up in here? And so the Lord said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country. Get thee away from thy kindred and from your father's house and go to a land that I will show you. I want you to leave the land of the familiar and go to a land that's so unfamiliar, you won't even know you're there until I alert you when you get there. Let me ask you a question. God came and said that to you. How would you explain that to your wife? Because you know, wives ask questions, right? I mean, they want the details. The husband don't want the details. It's not that he doesn't want them. He's not even aware that there are details until his wife asks him a question. Every man in here knows exactly what I'm talking about. Where my witnesses at, my brothers? There's this YouTube short that this guy says, pray for Tom. Tom's in the hospital. And his wife says, why is he in the hospital? I don't know. I just got this text that says, pray for Tom. Tom's in the hospital. Well, what happened to him? I don't know. I just got a text. This Tom's in the hospital. Well, is he in critical condition? I don't know. I just got a text. Pray for Tom. Tom's in the hospital. Well, did he have a heart attack? I don't know. I got a text that said, pray for Tom. Tom's in the hospital. And his wife finally says, don't you know anything? He says, yeah, I know. Pray for Tom. Tom's in the hospital. That's all I know. And if I had known that there was an inventory of questions coming, I would have prepared for it, but I am ill prepared to pass this test at this particular moment, right? So anyway, he goes and says to his wife, baby, we leaving. Now, you know, because she's a wife, the first question is, where we going? Well, I don't know yet. So we're leaving after you know? No, we're leaving now. What? Let me ask you a question. Do you have that kind of faith? The kind of faith that could step out on faith in the direction of a new endeavor, and you don't even know how it's going to turn out. You don't even know where it's going to turn out. You're not even sure if it's going to turn out. But God told me. Right? The Lord told me. Yeah, okay. Right? People come up to me and tell me the Lord told them that I'm supposed to do something. Okay, well, I'm going to wait for him to tell me. I'm glad he told you what I'm supposed to do, but I'm going to wait for him to tell me. Okay. And so, the land of the familiar is not a place where you can succeed. If what you are already doing was going to work, it would already be working. So everything you're looking for is on the other side of the person you've not yet become. Amen. And our brains are energy hogs. I mean, like when we're thinking, when we're focused on something, our brain uses more energy than any other organ in our body. And so the brain does not like to waste energy. So what it's going to do, it's going to look for the path of least resistance. Because when I have to do something new, now I have to engage at a very high level. I got to engage my synapses. I heard somebody who's a brain scientist use that word one time. So we have to use our synapses to figure out and make them fire in new ways so we can figure out how to do this new thing so we can get a new result. But see, here's what we've forgotten. See, we thought that the objective of life is to get to a place where we can be comfortable and then stop doing stuff. That's the retirement lie. Because when you retire, then I've noticed a lot of folks, as soon as they retire, shortly after that, they expire. And I ain't interested in retirement because I ain't interested in expirement. Can I get a witness? Say, Myron, how long you gonna work? Oh, at least to the end of the day, and then I'm gonna come back and do it again tomorrow. How long you gonna do that? Hopefully my whole life. I have no desire to retire. I only desire to aspire higher. I'm a poet and I know it. Okay, I'm done. So familiarity breeds failure. A lot of people don't realize the reason you're stuck, the reason you've been on the struggle bus so long is because you keep on doing the things you've always done. Just let that settle, let that marinate, right? Like people graduate from high school and never touch a book again. That blows my mind. They graduate from college, never touch a book again. Do you understand how fast the world is changing? If you ain't reading, if you ain't learning, if you're not gaining some new mindsets, you are being left behind by the virtue of the fact that you are not changing. Like life is leaving you behind. How many of y'all tracking? So understand this. Number one, familiar mindsets are roadblocks to new ideas. Familiar mindsets are roadblocks to new ideas. It's the things that you know that are keeping you from learning the things that you don't know. Well, y'all ain't picking up what I'm putting down. See, we're like, knowing is fairly effortless. Learning, whew, that'll wear you out. It'll make your brain sweat. Huh? Learning a new language, learning a new instrument, learning how to use a new piece of technology. Huh? It's like, oh my goodness, this is so hard. And what blows my mind is the fact that people, well, you'll say, wow, I'm learning Hebrew. Wow, that's so hard. I'm learning how to play guitar. Wow, that's so hard. Have you ever even attempted it? How could you possibly know how hard it is? I mean, think about it. So one of the things I've noticed in coaching like thousands and thousands of people is that one of the main reasons people struggle is because when the path is smooth, they throw the rocks of anxiety in front of them. And so they assign a level of difficulty to a task that they've never even endeavored to do. Well, I don't like ABC because it's so hard. Have you ever done it? No. Well, how do you know it's hard? I am so thankful for my parents. They weren't perfect, but they were great for us. And I can remember, and I know y'all have heard the story a quadrillion times, but I'm going to tell it again. Me and my dad were working on his flood car in the backyard when I was a kid, and we were taking off the exhaust manifold, and there was this rusted bolt. It's so funny because when I tell the story, I can see this rusted bolt on this exhaust manifold. And we used a chisel, we used a torch. It ain't budging. It's rusted on there. My mom calls us for lunch. We're going in for lunch. I said, Dad, it ain't coming off. He said, oh, it's coming off. It's coming off. He said, boy, you want to know why it's coming off? Yes, sir. Because it don't have a brain and we got a brain. Wait, anytime I approach something that doesn't have a brain, it can't beat me? Oh, snap. Let's go. And so I knew since I was in elementary school, I never face anything bigger than me. I never face anything stronger than me. I never, like a thing that's just sitting there cannot outsmart me. But I never, and I mean never, I never assign a level of difficulty to a thing before I even endeavor to do it. In fact, I always assign a level of ease because it's like I have a brain, it don't have a brain. If it attempts to make it hard for me, I'm gonna make it hard for it to make it hard for me. See, familiar mindsets, it's the stuff you know that keeps you from learning the stuff you don't know. And one of the reasons it keeps you from learning the stuff you don't know is because knowing the stuff you know requires no new energy, no new effort. You can just relax into it. This is what. How many ever drove somewhere that you go all the time, and you get there and like, I don't even remember driving down that street. I don't even remember I don't remember turning right there. How did I get here? Anybody ever do that? It happens all the time. Okay, so familiar mindsets are the roadblocks to new ideas. So, like, God is telling Abram, if you stay in this environment where you are known mostly for what you are not, you can't even become the person I've designed for you to become so that you can do the thing I put you here to do. And in order for me to bless you and to bless all the nations of the earth through you, you got to go. And see, we don't like the idea that we have to go, because when we have to go, that means we have to grow. And the going and the growing both require energy. Familiar mindsets are the roadblocks to new ideas because places we know keep us stuck in past perspectives. It's so interesting how, like, when I go somewhere, I pretty much take the same route almost every time. Right? Because why? I know it. It doesn't require me to learn a new route. Like, think about how much more mentally lazy we are because we have GPSs now. People don't even know how to read a map. It's so fascinating because maps are cool. Like, I learned how to read a map my mom taught me how to read a map in elementary school because we used to travel all the time. Okay, this is this road, and so like she's like, okay, all of the odd numbered highways and interstates go north and south, and all of the even numbers go east and west. And if you start down at the bottom of the United States, the numbers are lower, and the higher you get in the United States, the higher they get. And then, like, how many are shocked by that? And over, you start on the West Coast, the numbers are lower going north and south, and you come over here to the East Coast, and they get higher and higher until you get all the way over to 95. And then after that, there's just the Atlantic Ocean. Right? See, so you can just look at the name of a road if you can read a map, and you can know whether you're going north, south, east, or west. But I learned that when I was in elementary school. Right? All I'm saying is, like, doing the same old things in the same old places does not give us a new perspective. And we don't see things the way they are. We see things the way we are from the place we are. And if we'd like to see something new, something old in a new way, we either need to become a new person or look at it from a new perspective. And God said, here's what you're going to have to do. If you are going to become the Abram that's going to be Abraham, you got to get up out of here. Because places we know keep us stuck in past perspectives. People we know keep us stuck in past performances. It's so interesting. Like, I'm taking this guitar mastery class. And my guitar teacher, he looks like he's probably 26. Disgusting. He can play anything. He can just, yeah, and so every 2 weeks he's like stacking up. Okay, this week we're gonna do triads, then we're gonna do sevenths, and we're going to do intervals. We're gonna do all that this week. And he's always like, oh, don't worry, you can do it. I said, you don't have to tell me not to worry. I never worry. It's been so long since I worried, I forgot how to do it. He says, it's not that hard. I said, I already know it ain't that hard. It ain't harder than I am tough. But it feels like when he says this is what we're going to do, and then he does demonstrate, it feels initially overwhelming. But I don't let that feeling of overwhelming throw me off guard, because I know I'm bigger than it. And then when we come back in 2 weeks and I show him what I'm doing, he said, oh my goodness, this is so good. This is the greatest way to start a day. He's French. He lives in New York. But the dude is brilliant. But he treats me like I'm supposed to be able to do this stuff. So guess what I do? I figure out how to do it. Places we know keep us stuck in past perspectives. People we know keep us stuck in past performances. People who know us keep us stuck in past practices. A lot of times we will do things to please people who we're close to that we would never do if we were just doing it to please ourselves. So, for instance, like, I love my granddaughter. there's almost nothing she can't get me to do. Like, my pop, can you sit on the floor and play with me? No, I can't right now, Ari. But you have to. You do have a point. Let's go. What are we doing? Like, she's a closer, man. She is a closer. But yesterday I had a small window. I got done playing golf, and my son-in-law and my granddaughter were getting to the golf course, but they were going fishing in one of the ponds. And she's like, "My pop, do you want to go fishing with us?" I do want to go fishing with you, but I can't do it right now. Come on, my pop, go fishing with us. I'd love to go fishing with you, Ari. It's just not going to happen today. And no, I did not go fishing with her because I had a small window, go home, had some stuff I had to get done, and it's like, not possible. So I asked my son the other day, I said, "Hey, you want to get together and go to Eddie V's before you leave town again?" He's like, "Man, not really, but I would like to come over and eat some iron steaks." Okay, cool. When? Well, how about early enough for me and mom to go to a movie? You want to go to the movies with us? I don't know. What are you going to see? Kong versus Godzilla? Nope, not interested. There's nobody I'm going to go see that for. I don't care. There's so many levels of not caredness. I can't count them all. And I love my son. I love hanging out with you. Like, anyway, he shocked me last week. He came to my house and he's like, where you at? I'm on my way to the golf course. Okay, I'm almost at your house. I'm like, the sun is going down. I've got so many hours. No, I want to show you something. Okay. So he's in his van. He gets out of his van. He says, "I got something for you." I'm thinking to myself, I want to go to the golf course so bad. But I am going to not be an impatient father who would rather go to the golf course than see anything he's going to show me. And so he opens up his van door, and he's got a brand new set of Titleist golf clubs. He's like, "I'm going to the golf course with you." I'm like, "Let's go. Let's go." So he and I went out and played 9 holes. It was so much fun. But people who know us can keep us stuck. They can, and you know who's the best at keeping us stuck because they know us? We are. Like, who knows you better than you? And so you know you better than anyone else knows you, but you think you know you as well as you can be known, and you don't. I promise you, one of the biggest challenges all of you have, and maybe I have it too. I don't really think I do, though. And I really don't think I do. Like, I'm not, and it's not because I'm better than you, it's just because I've been aware of it longer. One of the biggest challenges most of you have is that you believe in your limitations more than you believe in your leverage. Like, you really believe that there's something you're facing that's bigger than you, that's outsmarted, that can outsmart you, that's tougher than you. It's harder than you are diligent. It doesn't exist. This is not me being preachy. This is not me being guru-ish. This is just me having a level of awareness. Like, it doesn't happen. This is not a guy who's never been through anything. And I'm telling you, it's okay. We have to leave. Sometimes get out of the environments where people we know keep us stuck. We stay stuck in past perspectives, stuck in past performances, stuck in past practices. Familiar skill sets are roadblocks to new habits. Familiar financial skills keep us broke. I'm going to tell you one of the biggest financial lies that most people believe. They believe, like broke people believe they're broke because they don't make enough money. And I promise you, if you are broke at a low income, you will be more broke at a higher income. I promise you. I know people who make 6 figures who are broke. I know people who make 7 figures who are broke. And there is such a thing as broke at a higher level. And trust me, broke is not fun either way. But broke at a lower level is way more better than broke at a higher level. I have been both. The real reason people stay stuck financially is because of their financial money management habits. and familiar skill sets, you don't. It's not that you're lacking the money. It's that you're lacking the money skills. If you had better money management skills, I'm telling you right now, there's no doubt in my mind that this is true. I could work at McDonald's or Taco Bell. I couldn't work there, but if I did work there and I made the money you made there, I could live as a full-grown adult. Why? Because I know how to manage my money. See, I wrote a chapter in this book, From the Trash Man to the Cash Man, that states, I can if my can say I can. See, money only hangs out with people who respect it. And in order for you, if you really respect money, you will manage it better. You will not find if you will follow the I can if my can say I can. I did not get rich until I started applying those principles. So when you get your money, you put some in your I can pay, you put half of your money in I can pay your bills can. You might have to change the percentages in the beginning, but eventually you can put half of your money in I can pay my bills can. Then you put 10% in your I can tithe can. Then you put 10% in your I can save for what I want can. Then you put 10% in your I can educate myself can. Then you put 10% in your I can finish free can. And then you put your 10% in your, for lack of a better term, I can be ready for anything. It's like an emergency fund can. And maybe at the beginning, you can't put 10% in each one of those cans. Maybe you have to take all of your money except for $5 and put $1 in your I can tithe can, $1. Well, put your tithe in your I can tithe can. Okay, but you put $1 in your I can finish free can. If you will just start managing the money you have, when money comes to you, it'll hang around longer because it feels respected. Familiar financial skills keep us broke. Familiar business skills keep us stuck. In coaching like thousands of entrepreneurs, you know what I've discovered? The number one thing that keeps businesses from getting to $500,000 a year is getting to $100,000 a year, and then they get comfortable. The number one thing that keeps businesses from getting to $1 million a year is getting to $500,000 a year and getting comfortable. The number one thing that keeps a business from getting to $3 million a year is getting to $1 million a year and getting comfortable. And it's like there comes a point where making more money doesn't make your life better. And some of you are thinking, well, if it doesn't make your life better, why make more money? Because maximizing your potential in every arena of your life within a reasonable amount of balance and focus, okay, that caveat, it makes you better. I don't have a desire, what am I going to do with more money? I know some of you are thinking, give it to me. I get it. But that's not the point. That doesn't really help people. Giving people money does not help them. It just it's like putting a Band-Aid on an artery. Teaching people how to manage their money better and teaching people how to do better with their money helps them way more than just giving the money. Like if somebody would have given me money, I would have lost the incentive to go figure it out. I'm glad nobody gave me the money. Okay. Anyway, so familiar business skills keep us stuck. Familiar relationship skills keep us stuck in past frustration and past trauma. Some of us react and respond to things the way our parents did for that reason and no other. And our parents did it because of the trauma they grew up in and the trauma their parents grew up in. And so we're repeating those habits when we've not even experienced the same trauma. But it's just ingrained in us because it's how we learn to be us. Yeah, you gotta hurry. Familiar tool sets are roadblocks to new technologies. How many of y'all sometimes find yourself frustrated by how fast technology changes? Like, first I had to learn how to use the internet, then I had to learn how to use cell phones and smartphones, and now we got AI, and it's just like, social media is just too much, right? But it's not too much. It's not bigger than you. It's not smarter than you. It's not better than you. It's not outside the realm of your ability. I was 60 years old when I started focusing on my YouTube channel. I was 60. You're too old to be a YouTuber. Okay. YouTube don't know that because they keep on sending me money every month. Don't know. Hey, don't y'all tell YouTube how old I am. Familiar. I recently bought an AI mastery class. Why? Because it's here. Do I believe that it has evil potential? Yes, it has evil potential. So does the internet. So do guns. I use all those. What's the difference? Like, anyway, I was going to get sidetracked. The technology can be used for evil. But let's don't just let the evil people be the only ones that use it because it can be used for evil. Let's use it for some good. Familiar tool sets are the roadblocks to new technologies. Familiar tool sets keep us from learning new tech. You got to learn new tech. I know it comes at you fast. Guess what? With AI, it's going to come at you even faster. But guess what? It can't come at you fast. Like AI is artificial intelligence. It's not smarter than real intelligence. Real intelligence has to program artificial intelligence. It may be able to access data faster than you, but it cannot cognitively process data better than you. So learn to use AI so you don't end up being used by AI. Familiar tool sets keep us from licensing new technologies. What do I mean licensing new technologies? Like a lot of new technologies we have to pay for. So we have to pay for a license to use them. But guess what? There are some of us in this room who have and will create new technologies. And guess what? Like I'm working with a partner right now, Kwame's brother. And man, this dude invented this software that is so brilliant that when we exit, it's going to be hard to imagine it being less than $1 billion or $2. And yesterday in a conversation with John, I was like, oh, let's go get some users and make this thing even more sellable. So we have conversations a couple of times a week and having conversations with people who think we don't know what we have. Oh, but we know. Yeah, we know. And we're going to license the technologies and then we're going to sell the company. So, which brings me to my last point. Familiar tool sets keep us from leveraging new technologies. I know you think that the technology you use now is enough, but I promise you, when people had pagers and bag phones, we thought that was it. I got a pager and a bag phone or a car phone with a $1,400 a month payment on the phone that's higher than my car payment. Some of y'all remember that. That's why you're laughing. It was crazy. We thought that was it. We got the first iPhone. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. We look at one of those original iPhones now, we're like, how did he even get away with selling this to us? All I'm saying is you have to become comfortable with discomfort if you're going to change your life. You got to get out of the land of the familiar. Leave your country. You don't have to leave America. That's not my point. The thought has crossed my mind. I'm not saying leave America. I'm not saying move to a different city than your family unless you know for a fact they're keeping you stuck. Like, I'm not going to move away just because I'm near my family, but I ain't going to stay just because I'm near my family either when the opportunity for my immediate wife and children family is somewhere else. Man, I'll get up out of here so fast and make your head spin. Why? When Abram left, guess what happens? Guess what the next chapter tells us? Chapter 13, verse number 2. And Abram was very rich in cattle and silver and gold. Abram became a wealthy business mogul. Guess what happened in the chapter after that? He became a general who armed the servants that were in his house and went and fought 5 nations to bring back his nephew and won. Like, we can't even, win a dispute with a credit card processing company. All I'm saying is this. Get comfortable with the discomfort of growth and become more comfortable with things that are not familiar to you, and your life will change for the better. I hope this video blesses you. Stay blessed by the best, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.